Hi, it's Mark out here with you today on a hot July day. This is this is the 5th of July, day after Independence Day, and I'm out here at the range to do something in a video here that normally most of my videos that you've seen so far as training outside shooting with silhouettes and so forth has been running, moving, shooting, running in, running out, retreating, doing all those type things. Today I'm going to be concentrating more on moving, just a back and forth movement, or a static stance, transitioning from target to target. I'll transition also from rapid fire to aiming carefully and getting a good sight picture, which is challenging for me with my eyes, but it's important to continue to work on it. So I'm going to be working with a Glock 23 and a inside the waistband Kydex holster, and I'll also be doing a little bit with the shield, 45 caliber shield, with also an inside the waistband leather holster. It's going to be important to note that I am going to be working from my concealed carry holster, so I'll have it under my shirt. I'll be unholstering, firing, and then very carefully reholstering, and I'll talk to you about the reholstering here in just a minute. I'll be working with these targets right here. A couple of silhouettes that I've pasted dirty bird targets in the middle of. Those are splatter targets, so you see the mark when it comes up. And then I'll be moving back and forth between the body and the head of those. And then on this one behind me over here, behind the other two, that will also be a transition target where I'll be moving in and out, back and forth, and shooting between these targets. Also, all of them drawing from my concealment holster. This time I'm going to be slow firing at this center target. Just the act of slowing down and trying to shoot a little bit more precision is challenging when you've been shifting back and forth. All this goes into your practice and becoming more confident with your handgun. This time I'm going to be firing 6 shots at the head on the center blue target over here. Be firing fairly slow, but trying to hit the head. Had one fly off there. Again, another challenge between the way I'm doing things. When I'd come over here, just before that, firing real rapidly between these two and then trying to settle back down and shoot something a little bit more precise. That's challenging, particularly challenging with a 40 caliber Glock 23. Just need to note here that when I mention it's particularly challenging with something, that's not an excuse. I either hit it or I don't, and it amounts to practice. I haven't been out at the range here in quite a while because of massive flooding we had here in Arkansas. The river's right over here, and I'm just now getting back out here, but making these transitions back and forth is particularly challenging. So that's the reason I'm coming in firing slow and then fast and then a little bit more precise. All of that makes it more challenging and helps you get more confident with your handgun, whatever it is. This time I'll be working with my Smith & Wesson Shield, my 45. Shooting all of them, but it'll be pretty slow. That was a whole lot of to the left. Okay, this wasn't in the plan, but I'm going to do a bonus gun today. Handgun. It's not a pistol, it's a revolver. My hand crushing Poly 605 Taurus 357 Magnum. I found some reloads and I want to see if it'll shoot okay with reloads. I've had 2 other Taurus pistols, actually 3 of them, that would not shoot reloads. They shoot every kind of factory ammo, but once that case expanded and the primer moved a little bit, they wouldn't cycle. So I'm going to see how it works. This has actually become a gun that I really enjoy shooting. A lot of other people have shot it and cursed the gun, cursed their hand after they shot it, but find just that right ammo and it works real well. So I carry it around quite a bit. So here we go, the Taurus M605 Poly with some of my reloads in it to see if it'll work with these 357 Magnum rounds. That's officially the first Taurus revolver I've had that would shoot my reloads. Little gun gets better all the time. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this shooting. We'll show you one thing about the holsters. Bear with me for just a second. Before I leave this video, well, it's hot out here. Just something I really want to impress on you if you're new to this and you're wanting to get out and actually draw from the holster that you'll be carrying in concealment and working like you've seen me work on these targets. What you're doing is a lot of the things you see us doing, running between targets and steel and so forth, it's actually quite a bit easier than doing this right here. There's a lot of things you're thinking about. You're reaching down, you're trying to get under a cover garment, you're trying to get a hold of your gun. You want to make sure that you clear your holster, and you want to make sure, really sure, that as you put that gun back in your holster, it doesn't snag anything in the trigger guard, and that you're not sweeping that gun across your body to get it in the holster. When I come out with this, it's good to practice both ways, getting your garment out of the way with one hand and doing it one-handed in case you have to fight somebody off with this hand. It's practice getting these moves down. But when you're using your hand to clear your garment, make sure you clear it and keep it up out of the way. And don't swing it down here. Don't swing it down in front of your gun. If you're doing it with one hand, you've got to make sure that you're not grabbing shirt and gun and everything all at one time. You've got to feel the grip. Come up with it, get it out, and make sure that it's pointed away from you when it comes out of your holster. Finally, when you reholster these, this type of drill is not for fast reholstering. You want to see if you can get to it, how quick you can get to it without hurting yourself. But this point is not to see how fast you can reholster. The point is to see how smoothly you can get the gun out, get it on target, shoot, get it back in the holster. But putting that back in that holster, make sure that that garment is cleared. There's nothing hanging down. Make sure that you're looking down at your holster, leaning away from it, and keeping your gun pointed away from your body until you put it in the holster. Then putting your cover garment down. Doing that can mean the difference between shooting a hole that goes down through your leg, through your knee, and out the other side, shooting yourself in the groin, or doing something else terrible to yourself, trying to get your gun back in the holster. Pay attention at every stage, and you'll be fine, and you'll get better with your handgun by doing this kind of drill on a regular basis. I'm Mark, and I'll see you at the range again soon.